Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. And as always, here to keep it real. You already know how I do. So anyway, sorry guys, I didn't get a chance to do my normal Thursday live stream. I really feel bad I didn't get my live stream going. Um, it's late here in the DMV. I had a really rough day. I didn't get a chance to get to do the live stream. I didn't think enough of you guys were going to be checking into it. That's why I didn't do it. But I'll be back on my Thursday schedule next week, I promise you. But I'm here doing a video now, so you can still see a little bit of content as of right now. But as you guys heard today, the Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz signed his extension. He got a 4-year deal worth over 128 million, which equates to about 32 million a year for the young Wentz. Now, I know a lot of you guys joke about Carson Wentz and him being an injured player and all that. And yeah, he's had a lot of injuries and things of that nature. He hasn't played, and he didn't play in the Super Bowl for the Eagles. But I got to give Carson Wentz his credit as a quarterback. He is a pretty good quarterback. A lot of people compare him to Dak Prescott and say he's so much better than Dak. I think that they're kind of on the same level, but they're really different type of quarterbacks. But I'll get into that in a second. So when you look at his contract, so totaling his contract, so basically it's an extension. So he still had some time on his current contract. So basically what happens is that money gets added onto what he already gets paid right now. 4-year deal. He's signed through 2024. 107 million guaranteed. Now, he just basically set the record to be the highest, the first player in the league to get that much money guaranteed. First NFL player to get that much money guaranteed. His contract even surpasses what well, his guaranteed money surpasses what Russell Wilson gets. So that's interesting. Let me know what you guys think about that. Him being the first player to reach that pinnacle when it comes to guaranteed money. I'm gonna have to go holler at Carson Wentz, see if I can borrow some money right quick. You know what I'm saying? Let it do what it do. But you look at his contract as a whole, including what he already gets made. It basically pushes it to 6 years, $154 million total. Interesting. Um, how does that affect Dak Prescott? But before I talk about that, Carson Wentz did in his career, he has thrown for 10,152 yards, 70 touchdowns, and a 92.5 passer rating. Now, no doubt he's a good quarterback when healthy. He is a damn good quarterback when healthy. He's beating the Cowboys when healthy. Um, but again, he didn't. He got injured halfway through the season. He didn't get a chance to make that Super Bowl run, but he was a part of the team. He still got his ring. Um, Nick Foles came in, and Nick Foles is. I still can't wrap my mind around the fact that they actually got rid of Nick Foles and let him go to Jacksonville. Now, I don't know what the reasoning is there. I don't know. I'm not an Eagles fan. Maybe some Eagle fans that follow me maybe can open my eyes to that. What do you guys think about Nick Foles and things of that nature? But I think that they kind of should have kept him. But I guess you can't pay both quarterbacks because he made it to the Super Bowl, so you're gonna have to pay him money. And then you still got to pay your drafted guy. And I get it. You drafted Carson Wentz in 2016, your first round pick, second overall. I mean, you gotta. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You got to pay the man. Just like Jared Goff's getting his money. Dak Prescott is a 4th-round player, but he's damn sure going to get his money. And I'm going to talk about him in a second as far as what he's done with the Cowboys, even though you guys already know. But I'm going to reiterate it because, again, some people forget what these players have done. Now, I don't really have a lot of negative to say about Carson Wentz. It's just the simple fact that he's been injury prone. He's had a lot of injuries, which has not been good for the Eagles, but luckily for the Eagles, they had Nick Foles. Now that Nick Foles is gone, who's gonna take up the slack if Carson Wentz get injured again? Now they paid him all this money. They made Carson Wentz the highest, the guaranteed money, whatever. He's got the highest guaranteed money in the league right now. So when you look at that, for a guy that's been injury prone and susceptible to get injured again, what's the variable here? What happens if that happens again? Now, that's not a bother to the Cowboys, but I'm just saying, for those of you Eagle fans out there, what do you think about that? How does that correlate? What do you think about that contract? Because it's real interesting to me. Now, I know that the Eagles have to pay him because that's just what the market value is. That's what, for his tier and where he was drafted and his production, you got to pay him. You got to pay him. Now, like I said, he's a damn good quarterback when he's healthy, but when he's injured, he's just wheelchair Carson Wentz, as my fellow Cowboy fans like to say. I just think it's interesting, to look at it from that standpoint. With the Dallas Cowboys on our end, we worry about if what happens to Dak Prescott if he gets injured. Now, Dak Prescott has not gotten injured yet. Knock on wood. Hopefully, that never happens. But no, nobody's at the door, Coco. I'm just knocking. My dog's crazy. She looked up like, who at the door? Somebody at the door? Somebody. Because she was getting ready to bark, and I'm like, nah, don't do it. Don't interrupt my video, shawty. Don't do it. But anyway, like I'm saying, so that's pretty much the deal with Carson Wentz. Now, you look at Dak Prescott. How does this affect Dak Prescott? Well, you look at Dak Prescott's numbers. He also has his quarterback rating is about a 93. 93.2 is Dak Prescott's, and I actually know that by heart. You look at Dak Prescott a whole, winning 2 division titles in the 3 years that he's been in the league, being a 4th-round player and was thrown into the fire. Just the simple fact of how he got there. Playing on a contract that's, $900,000? And this year his contract would equal to $2 million with the incentives that he has. Come on, man. That's your starting quarterback right there. He deserves his money, and anybody who thinks Dak Prescott don't deserve to get his contract done is ridiculous. Now, because of the market, Dak Prescott is definitely going to be in the neighborhood of Carson Wentz, and he deserves his money. He needs to get his money. I mean, this dude got to run around and do all these promotions and commercials and stuff just to make extra money to even get. He still ain't remotely close to what the other guys getting paid, but again, Dak Prescott has always been a humble leader. This is why I love my quarterback, because of the simple fact that even off the field, his leadership abilities, the things that how humble he is, the fact that he doesn't throw guys under the bus and he just does what he needs to do and go to work every day. Dak Prescott know he gonna get his money. He knows he's gonna get paid. He knows what the market is, and again, Carson Wentz is 32 mil per year. Dak Prescott's gonna at least get 32. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be a round robin. It's gonna be a 3-way with him, Wentz, and Russell Wilson already getting his money. So again, all that money is gonna be. It's gonna be a cycle. Everybody's money is gonna be close. They're gonna all be in the $30 million range. The 30 mil club. That's what I like to call it. Dak Prescott has been great for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, has he had bad times? Yes, he's had situations where he didn't do too well. But again, it's all about the learning experience. It's all about who your quarterback's coach is. It's all about who is having your back, who is behind you, who is helping you maturate from the beginning of your season now to going into your 4th year, the power of the 4. That's why I said his production this year should be much higher. One, because he's got John Kitna as his quarterback coach right now. And I look at that and I say, it's going to be definitely good for the young boy. And I think that he's definitely going to, you already see what's going on the field right now. He's throwing the ball deep. You can see his mechanics are starting to get better. Like, he is learning a lot from John Kitna. And I think that was a great hire for Dak Prescott. And then you add in the effect of Kellen Moore and the fact that he's going to listen to him and he's going to play to Dak's strength. That RPO and what Dak does very well. Now, Carson Wentz is not, he's mobile, but he's not a runner like Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott will run that ball in the end zone himself. That's why his quarterback, his touchdown numbers aren't as high as Wentz. But you look at the back end of it, yeah, he still has the touchdowns. He's just scoring it himself. Now, the way the Cowboys play, we're a run first team. Now, again, I'm not saying that we have to change from being a run first team, but we have to change our mindset how we do it. We can no longer try to bully teams and run the ball into the ground. Too many times in the past, even last season, our identity was run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run it into the damn wall because we're going to run you over. Sometimes you can't run the opposition over like the Rams when they had Ndamukong Suh, when they had Michael Brockers, when they had Aaron Donald. And you go back and look at that game, they stuffed Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott couldn't do too much with them guys because, again, they knew exactly what we were doing. And that's one of the biggest things. You change the plays, you do different things. It's going to help Dak. It's going to help Zeke. It's going to help this offense in general. And you look at different teams real quick, and I know I'm getting off top, but just real quick. You look at the success of other teams with their wide receivers, and I'm going to talk more about this in the future, too, this offseason. But one thing that I was thinking about the other day is huge. You look at our wide receiver production, even before we had Amari Cooper. Why aren't these guys getting open? Well, sometimes you have to scheme your guys open. There's ways that you can scheme your offense where you can scheme your guy open. Too many times we just doing it the old school way and just running the routes and letting the guys just one-on-one. You got to scheme it. You got to do some zone plays. You got to stretch the field. You got to move guys around. You got to do different things to get your guys open. You have to scheme your guys open. And I think that what they're going to do this year with the addition of Randall Cobb and Amari Cooper and these guys, and don't forget about Allen Hurns. Allen Hurns could still be that fourth wide receiver because Amari Cooper, Randall Cobb, and Allen Hurns, all of those guys can play all of the wide receiver positions. So it's a lot of position flex. You can move these guys around. So pretty much that's all I got for right now. Just let me know what you guys think about this Carson Wentz's contract, whether you're a Cowboy fan, whether you're an Eagle fan. Definitely, if there's Eagle fans in here, let me know what you guys think about the Carson Wentz contract and losing Nick Foles, because I don't know I don't pay attention to your guys' backup quarterbacks. I don't know who your backups are, but if Carson Wentz gets injured, what y'all gonna do? I know with us, we got Cooper Rush and Mike White. Now Cooper Rush, he's been looking good this offseason, so we'll see what happens if he steps up to the plate. I would like the Cowboys to maybe get maybe later in the offseason around training camp time, pick up a veteran quarterback that may be still out there. I think Josh McCown, is it Josh? It's so many McCowns. One of the McCowns, I think McCown is still out there. I think they looked at him before, but I think another team had picked him up. But I mean, they could get a guy like that just to come in and just compete with the young guys and see what shake some things up. That's what it's all about, competition, y'all. The Cowboys got a kicker / punter out there that's putting pressure on Maher right now. So we'll see what's going on with that. But like I said, as always, y'all, thanks again to all my subscribers. I appreciate all your support and all your well wishes and things of that nature. You guys are awesome. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, share it. Do what you do, y'all, because again, I'm gonna be here always. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Y'all have a great evening. Tomorrow's Friday, y'all. Peace.